I've never seen, I love Magic, I love MJ, but Kukoc was the best European. Pippen was the best Robin in the league. Rodman was the world's best rebounder. You got Worthy, you got Kareem, you got Byron Scott. I'm watching that thing last night, and I'm like, can't we defend LeBron a little on this, Chris?
I'm totally with you. This is atrocious. This is not a indictment on LeBron James in any way, shape, or form. Nobody can win with nothing. And that's what he's getting, nothing. You brought up Scottie Pippen. Jordan knew Pippen was going to give him 18 points at least every night and great defense. Magic had the best, most talented team in the league almost his entire career, almost. So LeBron James, this is the worst supporting cast he has ever had this deep in the playoffs. And yes, I'm including 2007 with Larry Hughes, Eric Snow, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Drew Gooden, and Sasha Pavlovich. The reason why, because that 07 Cavs team, as bad as it was offensively outside of LeBron, it was a great defensive team.
Yes.
That you said, what can I count on from Cleveland? Nothing other than LeBron. In 07, you could count on LeBron and great defense. At least they had that. So this is bad. And ultimately, look, I've been a defender of Kevin Love. I have said he's been trashed unnecessarily, unfairly during his tenure in Cleveland. As a third option, he was as good as it got in the NBA in most cases, okay? But now he is not delivering. J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver, Rodney Hood, they are what they are. Kevin Love's a perennial all-star. Kevin Love put up Moses Malone-type numbers in Minnesota. Some people think Kevin Love will one day be in the Hall of Fame. I disagree with that. But Kevin Love's got to be better than 39% shooting.
Yes.
You're 6'10". Why are you shooting 39%? And only giving me 15 points. I need 18 at least every night. He's not giving it to me. This is an indictment on Kevin Love.
By the way, I'm putting on the screen right now, let's take the great Jordan team in 1996. Pippen was giving you 16 points and 8 boards. Coach was giving you 13. Longley giving you 12. And Rodman was giving you, on average, 15 rebounds. And you had the best coach in basketball, Phil Jackson. Magic had Kareem, Worthy, Byron Scott, and a very solid player in AC Green. I start looking at this stuff. I do wonder. Yeah, here's the Lakers. I'll put this up on the screen. Michael Thompson, by the way, a 56% shooter. Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, an elite defensive player. Look at the shooting percentages of those Laker players. That Kareem shot 51%, Worthy 52%, Cooper 54%, Byron Scott 48%, Michael Thompson 56%. It's a mess. And that's why I wonder, Chris, I'm going to throw this at you, is that, listen, the way it works 20 years from now, we'll remember a LeBron Finals loss. We're not going to talk about an Eastern Conference loss. We don't talk about Michael Jordan going 1-9 in the playoffs series before Pippen. This Cleveland team would get absolutely rolled by Golden State. Couldn't I make the argument? You're better off not even getting into a series against Houston and Golden State and getting swept.
Well, I hope LeBron isn't watching this because I don't want that thought floating around in his mind. Like, you know what? It's better if I lose this series and he doesn't give it his all. But I'll say this. If Houston beats Golden State, they certainly should and would be favored over Cleveland. But I would give Cleveland a shot just because, it's Houston's first time there. They probably might have a mental letdown just because getting by Golden State would be such an accomplishment that they might have a little bit of a letdown in the finals, and they hadn't been there before. So I'd give Cleveland a shot in that one. But overall, your point is well taken. Now, it's sad because it should be the further you get, the better.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. Looking back, we will only say LeBron was 3-6 in the finals. Or 3-5. So it is better historically if he loses this round than the last one. Let me crystallize it for you in the audience. If Michael Jordan, when he came back from baseball in 95 and played 17 games, wasn't, in good shape and all that. They got beat by the Orlando Magic in, I don't remember if it was the second round.
Yeah.
I think it was the second round.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. Yeah. If he had gotten to the finals, if they had beaten Orlando and he gets to the finals and they lose to Houston, that would have been worse for Michael Jordan than to be 6-0 in the finals. There is this grand mystique around Jordan now because he was undefeated in the finals. We don't even think about Orlando. I don't even count that. That doesn't even matter to me.
That's right.
Okay? He was 6-0 in the finals, which is much better than 6-1 in the finals. If he was 6-1, this undefeated, he could never be beaten mystique wouldn't exist.
By the way, when you mention that, I guarantee you 90% of our audience thought Jordan won 3 championships, played baseball, came back, and won the next 3. To your point, he didn't. He got bounced when he came back. Nobody remembers it, and that's the point. Let me ask you this, though. I think tonight, Whitlock said yesterday, he said, I don't think that game for Golden State didn't mean anything. Iguodala's hurt. Kevin Durant was awful. And I'm looking at this tonight, and I'll tell you something, Chris. I've said this for years. Dynasties end earlier than we think, and they end because of egos and injuries. If Golden State, who could be out, Andre Iguodala out, Klay Thompson hurt, Steph hurt, if Golden State loses tonight, can you imagine if they lose this series, the second guessing on Steve Kerr's coaching, Durant's heart, Steph's future with injuries, Andre Iguodala's contract? I think this is I think it's the biggest game of the NBA season tonight. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
I think that's a great point. I think the most of the pressure is on Houston because Nick Wright talked about this on First Things First. All year they've wanted to make this thing a best 2 out of 3 with home court advantage. To get to Golden State and make it first to win 2 out of 3 and have home court advantage. They have that now. If they lose tonight that quickly and they lose home court advantage, I think it'll be a devastating blow to them, and I think Golden State will close them out in Oakland in Game 6. That said, I think your point is terrific, and yes, Steph would be second-guess Steve Kerr, but you know who would get it most?
Who?
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Because when Kevin Durant came to this team, they were a well-oiled machine. Now, I know they had lost the championship, but most of us believed they were better than Cleveland. And if Draymond Green wasn't suspended, they would have won that series. So a lot of people would blame Durant, especially with the ISO basketball that they're playing, with the one-on-one basketball that they're playing and getting away from all that motion and ball movement and free-flowing play that made them special. So this is big for Kevin Durant. Remember, when he was in Oklahoma City, as great as he was, everybody felt like he can't deliver. He can't deliver in the clutch. They had Golden State 3-1, and he didn't play well in 6 and 7. So this would just be another bit of evidence for those that believe that about Kevin Durant's inability to deliver. So this is huge for him because I think he would bear the crux of the blame, rightly or wrongly. He would bear it if they lose.
Chris Broussard, Cowherd Global Glass Satellite Network. Good seeing you, bud. Appreciate you stopping by.
All right, man.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.